A lot of us have this compulsion to hoard as a way to deal with life. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and here we talk about mental health, minimalism and lifestyle. Firstly, I'd just like to say a big hello to all of my new subscribers. My last few videos have done quite well for how I've been going, so there's a lot of new people here. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up again, and I hope that you enjoy today's video as well. Today I'm talking about minimalism and why I find so much value in it for my life right now. And honestly, as someone who knows that we can't predict the future, I don't believe that I'm ever going to walk away from minimalism. Firstly, I'm not talking about minimalist design with just like plain white walls and a few black accents and whatever. I am talking about minimalism as a concept for how we accumulate stuff and manage money in our lives. The whole very minimalist design with the all white walls, etc. kind of freaks me out, makes me feel like I'm in some kind of weird dystopian age. So definitely not talking about that. I see around me so much mindless consumption in this never-ending endeavor to just cope with life. But why I need to talk about this today is that there is a big opportunity for people trying to sell us stuff to solve our problems. What got me thinking about making this video was a podcast that I listened to recently by the Minimalists. Yes, the same guys who made the 2016 minimalism documentary on Netflix that we've all seen at least once, if not like 5 times. Which, by the way, as of a few weeks ago, is available free on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. I will link it in the description box below. On one of their recent podcasts, they talked about how as a society, we say that we're very materialistic, but in actuality, we're not that much into material things because we buy these material things and we don't really care about them. They're not the center of our focus. We store them away, we don't use them, we don't value them, because how can you really value something if you're not getting any value from it because you're not even using it? The things aren't participating in your life in any way. And that's where I can really get behind this idea that as a society, we don't have a materialism problem, we have a hoarding problem. Hoarding is defined by the Mayo Clinic as an ongoing difficulty throwing away or parting with possessions because you believe that you need to save them. You may experience distress at the thought of getting rid of the items. You gradually gather or keep a large number of items regardless of their value. Now, I'm not saying that everyone has a full-on hoarding disorder. That would just be inaccurate and irresponsible and not correct. But I think a lot of us could find different ways in our lives that we accumulate things as a way of coping. On the website Mind UK, it talks about how hoarding can be the result of a few different things, including difficult feelings which may be hard to express or resolve, perfectionism and worrying, trauma and loss. Part of where I feel this hoarding as a response to emotional distress can come from is the fact that in all of life's difficulties, there is a big opportunity for those who want to sell us stuff, convincing us that it will solve our problems. As I've said before in my coping mechanisms video, which I will also link down below, there are many different ways to cope with things, but they are not all created equal. Now, it is really hard for, let's say, a company to monetize talking to your friends and family to get reassurance as a coping mechanism, or to monetize recognize the things that you were bullied for in your childhood that keep getting triggered for you in your day-to-day life as a coping mechanism. However, how often do we hear about a product that says that you need this thing to be successful or to be attractive, or this product will change your life, or beat insert insecurity with this thing? These aren't even promoting these items as improving your life necessarily, but these items being necessary for you to be okay, necessary for you to cope. So, how does minimalism help us? In terms of minimalism, a lot of people will think of a very minimalist person as being like put them at this end of the scale, like a monk who has no worldly possessions, or someone who can fit all of their possessions into one backpack and they live nomadically, going around the world, living in a new place every month, right? And we think of that as being the far, far end of the minimalist scale. Now, what's at the other end of the scale? I would say it's not like a billionaire with 2 mansions and a yacht and a private plane or whatever. I would say that at this end of the scale is someone who, yes, has a bunch of stuff, but more importantly, their life is committed to stuff, to housing the stuff, to keeping the stuff, to replacing the stuff, to maintaining the stuff, to paying for this stuff and all of the new stuff that they want. And probably part of their children's lives will be dedicated to that stuff in terms of dealing with it, perhaps even paying it off when that person dies and they are surrounded by the stuff and the clutter. I believe that all of us can sit comfortably somewhere along that spectrum in a certain range. Some people could be comfortable anywhere from like living out of a backpack to having a tiny home for them, their partner, a couple of kids, and having just the basic necessities there. That may be their comfort zone. We will all have a different comfort zone somewhere along that spectrum, and mine will be different from yours. The issue is that all of this advertising that we are being bombarded with every day, like 30,000 ads a day or whatever it is trying to convince us to move further up that spectrum towards that overly cluttered, overly thing-based lifestyle. And that's because over here, all of your time, all of your money is committed to companies that you need to be working for or corporations that you are relying on for these products. It's not your own. And we naturally have a tendency to go in this direction because, as discussed just before, as humans, a lot of us have this compulsion to hoard as a way to deal with life. The sad irony, of course, is that more stuff may make us feel a little bit better in the short term, but long term, it just makes us feel worse. The thing is, these advertisers, these companies, they can't sign us up for this life over here at the far end of the spectrum where all our time, money, energy is committed to them. You have to sign up for that yourself, which is why they spend so much effort trying to convince you to do that. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about like a 30-year mortgage for a house. I think in the UK they're even doing like 35-year mortgages, or like a massive car loan for a brand new Tesla or something like that that is obviously large, long-term, massive commitment, etc. What I could be talking about here is those new like wellness smoothie blend things that you dissolve in water, and they're keto and prebiotic and probiotic and have keratin and collagen, and they're like pretty colors and they're sparkly. Just as an example. Those advertisers are telling you that you need that thing in order to feel your best. They don't necessarily say it in exactly those words, but that's what they're trying to convince you, is that you need that product to feel your best. So you buy it, you're having it, and you're now convinced that you need that thing in order to feel your best. So you are now committed to this product. And maybe after a few years, you get sick of the flavors that they have and you stop having that product. So you take your business elsewhere and you buy something else to have as your like mid-morning drink. At least for a few years, you were committed to that thing. But in the meantime, you've created this little box in your head that says, I need this special drink in order to feel my best. You expect that, you buy that, you sign up for that. And that is where you are moving slightly more towards that end of the spectrum where all your time and energy and money is already committed to needing to work a job to pay for the thing, needing to organize your life so that you can get the thing, needing to manage Afterpay or payday loans, etc., in order to keep that flow of stuff going. Those little things every day that are constantly pulling us more towards this end of the spectrum is why I'm here talking about minimalism. Minimalism has been described previously as the antidote to consumerism. And it's not an antidote in the sense that if you say, like, I'm a minimalist now, and you get minimalism tattooed on your wrist, or I don't have that, by the way, but let's say you get that and you say, I'm a minimalist now. It's not the magic antidote. It's done. You're all set, hunky-dory, no problems. But it's something that you keep kind of taking every day that helps to bring you back to that more sparse lifestyle, that less thing-centric lifestyle. There are always things coming at us, telling us to buy more, have more, do more, be more. And most people aren't aware of it. However, what's worse is a lot of people think that they are, because they'll see an ad, and this is a real one that I drive past all the time, for this giant massage chair to have in your home, and it's on like a 3-year interest-free loan, and you're paying $60 a week to have this. Plenty of people will see that and go, oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. I would never sign up for that. What on earth? That is just so like materialist and consumerist, and why on earth would you commit all of that time and money to this thing? That's so dumb. But then they'll go out to like Target or Kmart or whatever the place is in the country that you're in and spend $60 a week on random cute things to have in your house or random little things to wear. And although that massage chair deal probably sounded a bit insane, $60 at Target or Kmart doesn't sound that crazy, but you end up spending the same amount of money and then also feeling like you figured it out, you have not been sucked into consumerism, you've got this because you didn't sign up for that massage chair. But did you really? This is what it's about. It's not about avoiding basically getting a car loan for a massage chair. It's about every day having to go, do I want to add this thing to my life? Or are my insecurities, fears, anxieties, worries in life being preyed upon by these 30,000 advertisements a day, telling me that I'll feel better, be happier, and resolve my issues in life by buying this thing? And the thing is, I will never be that guy with a backpack just traversing around the world. I will always have more stuff than that. I have like 5 photo frames on the wall behind me that you can see right now. But I feel so much freer knowing that I have something that helps me to deal with this constant barrage of ads that we get every day, and to know that there's a reason why they feel so enticing. We deal with things every day that happen in our lives. It's one of the most stressful times to have been alive in the last 100 years. And companies get more and more clever as to how they can use those to get money from us. So I hope that this has been helpful for you today. Please let me know down below what your thoughts are on this, the crazy things that you've avoided buying or signing up for, or the crazy moments that you had when you realized what you were doing and what you'd been convinced of. Thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my content. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.